So welcome all. Today we are going to see something about graphics processing units. Okay. So basically the instruction pipeline operates like a SIMD pipeline. Okay. In SIMD what we have seen is what happens in SIMD. Single instruction operates on multiple data. So you will fetch one instruction and this instruction will operate on multiple set of data. So now in place of this thing, just one instruction to execute on different data, what we are here now trying to understand is how can we use threads. Okay, in place of one instruction being executed on different data, now we are trying to execute with threads. Okay, so in GPUs basically what we have to understand is we will use threads. Okay, using these threads we will say that one thread is executing on one data. Okay, so it is not actually having a SIMD instruction, as earlier we were having some vector processor or array processor. In that case we were having SIMD instruction, suppose vector load, okay, vector addition. So it will take a whole vector and perform the addition. Okay, but now what we have to understand is instruction are as it is, as they are a scalar instruction. However, we will execute them on different threads. Basically in GPU, as you will see later, that in GPU we have thousands of processing elements. Okay, so on these all processing elements we will execute different threads. We will keep the set of instructions, and these set of instructions will be considered as a thread and they will be executed on all of these processing elements, but just the data will be changed. So this processing element will be executing the same set of sequence of code with different data, and this thread will be executing same set of sequence of code with different data. Okay, so here in GPU we will have a programming model with multiple threads. Okay, we will see the parallelized code. How, before that let us understand what is difference between programming model and an execution model. Okay, so if we understand correctly, you will see that programming model refers to how the programmer expresses the code. Okay, maybe he is writing a code in a sequential manner, maybe he is aware of the architecture, he writes in a data parallel manner, data flow manner, or a multi-threaded manner. Okay, in this way the code is written. And execution model refers to how the hardware executes the code. Okay, so the hardware itself may be a vector processor, out of order execution, or array processor, data flow processor, multi-processor, or multi-threaded processor. So this is something that how it actually operates. So usually what happens, if we are aware of the architecture, accordingly we write the code. However, in certain cases maybe we have written a code in sequential manner. It can be the compiler that we have, it may be responsible for converting our sequential code into a particular arrangement of code in which is favorable to the execution model. So execution model can vary very differently from the programming model in certain cases. Suppose you have a von Neumann model implemented over a out of order processor, okay, or SIMD model implemented on a by a SIMD processor like a GPU. Okay, SPMD model. So what is SPMD model, you will see soon. For now, let us see this example. We have a for loop. We want to perform addition of two vectors and store in the third vector. So we have the size length n. So we will iterate it for n times, and each time we will fetch this instruction, we will fetch the data and perform the operation and store the result in C. No problem. Can we see that here we have a instruction level parallelism? Okay, means what we actually have here is this instruction. There is a single instruction being operated for different data. Okay, so in this case, can we use this SIMD architecture? Okay, we can understand that these loops, the iterations are independent. Okay, there is no dependency between the iteration. Okay, means the output of one iteration is not being used in the next iteration. Okay, so in one iteration what is happening, we are loading A, loading B, performing addition and storing the result. In iteration 2 also we are doing the same, loading A, loading B, means loading A1, loading A2, है ना, loading B1, loading B2, different data is being loaded, no problem, right, no dependency. Addition of these two data and then storing the result. So there is no dependency between iterations. Okay. So now let us examine three programming options. We can have a sequential model, sequential programming model, data parallel model, where we can write some data parallel code for this loop. Can we have a multi-threaded organization for such things? Programming model. So let us see first which is SISD. In this model what will happen? See, this is the scalar code, this is the iteration and this will execute. Okay, one by one these iterations will keep on executing. What will happen? First this data we will fetch this instruction, load the data, fetch this instruction, load the data, fetch this instruction, perform addition, fetch this instruction and perform store. We will again fetch this instruction, load the data, fetch this instruction, load the data, fetch this instruction and perform addition, fetch this instruction and store. Now what will happen? If at all we have this SISD programming model, can we utilize something more? Can we make it faster? We can do it on a pipeline processor. If at all we have a pipeline processor where at the same time there would be add operation going on, and then add operation can also be going on, load operation can also be, there are different units in the processor, and we can achieve a little bit more higher performance. Okay, there can be out of order execution in certain cases. If we recognize that these iterations are independent, then can we have the multiple functional units, and if the iterations are independent, then we can perform the execution of these instructions of different iteration. Okay. Now other option can be superscalar or BLEU processor. In BLEU processor what happens? There is a large instruction. In large instruction we can pack more than one separate instructions. Okay, since we have multiple processing elements, each processing element is capable of doing all set of operations. So this processing element can load, add, store or perform all the type of operations. So if we are giving 4 instructions like load AI, load BI, or different kind of operation, suppose load AI, A1, load A2, load A3, load A4. So at a time we can load 4 data. In the next clock cycle, load B, load B, load B, load B, and then add. So at a time we will be able to perform 4 operations, right, or 4 different this thing. If at all we want 4 different data, right, 4 different iterations. Now let us see something about data parallel. What will happen in data parallel? Suppose what was happening in your iterations? You were having load A, load B, add and store. Okay, in this next iteration also load A, load B, add and store. So we can vectorize it. So we can load a vector. The whole vector A can be loaded. subject to the size of register, size of the vector register we have. If the size of the vector register is enough to accommodate all the accommodate the whole size of A, that is better. Otherwise we will have to break them down. It's okay, but still in just one instruction we can load multiple elements of the vector A, okay, and similarly multiple elements of vector B, and then perform multiple additions, add the whole vector depending on the size of the vector register, and then perform a store operation. So this is something which can be done with data parallel SIMD machine, which is a total vector machine for which we write vectorized code, okay. So this is possible. So this is actually best executed on SIMD processors, whether it is a vector processor or array processor kind of thing, okay. Now let us see something about multi-threaded organization. We understand that each iteration is independent, okay. Iteration 1 is independent of iteration 2. So what is changing? Same set of code is there, just data is changing, okay. Here we are loading A1 and here we are loading A2, suppose, okay. So the codes are same, the code is same, just the data is changing, right? So can we execute these codes on different threads? Okay, we will create a thread and there we will pass these set of sequence of code and with a part of data. Here we will give the same set of code along with a different data. So depending on our capabilities, we can launch multiple threads with different data, okay. You can understand that if at all we have MIMD machines means multiprocessor machines or multi-threaded machines. In that case, these operations are very fine and very easily executable. If we see such kind of execution, can we name it as single program multiple data, SPMD? Single program means we are executing same sequence of code, okay. So we are executing the single program, same program. Now we are not saying that we are executing the same instruction, okay. We are saying that we are executing same program on different data, okay. We have multiple threads, all the threads are having the same sequence of code, just they are executing with different data. So this model can be treated as SPMD, single program multiple data, okay. Now what kind of machine it can be will be good for this thing, okay. We can call it as SIMT machines. In place of SIMD, we can call it as single instruction multiple thread, okay. Such machines where multiple threads are allowed and they all are executing the same instruction, that can also be very helpful, okay. Now let us see here that GPU. A GPU is a SIMD machine. We can also understand it as a SIMT machine. Actually, what happens in GPU, it is not programmed using SIMD instructions. In SIMD machines, what is happening, like vector processor or array processor, we have specified instructions. We will need to learn a specific instruction for executing our program on that particular processor. But on GPU, we don't need to learn that much. We will have to learn something, but not in that detail, okay. We will not change completely our writing formats. So what is happening here is the instructions are not changing, okay. Our code may change a little bit, but the instructions are not that new. So the instructions are scalar, and here we are executing using threads. It is SPMD programming model. Basically in this GPU you will have multiple such processing elements, and on these processing elements you can execute separate threads. You can launch separate threads with different data. So each thread executes the same code but operates a different piece of data. Each thread has its own context. Okay, so each thread can be started, can be restarted, can be suspended, can be executed independently. Okay. Now, one more thing. In your process, this GPU, you may have how many threads? Thousands of threads. I know you can launch thousands of threads. Now, can we group these threads? If at all we are grouping these threads, they are being called as warp. So, a set of threads, these set of threads, a set of thread which will execute same instruction are dynamically grouped into a warp. What I said, that these are the threads, these all the threads will get same sequence of instructions. Now I am saying for all these threads we are keeping the same program counter. Okay, program counter is a register which has the address of instruction. So at one time we will fetch one instruction, and this instruction will be executed on all the threads, just the data will change. Okay, in the next clock cycle we will fetch the next instruction, and that particular instruction will be operated on all the threads, okay, of one warp. So while launching, you will launch several what we call it, threads, thousands of threads. Usually you will have this warp which will be dynamically grouped, and it may be dependent on the hardware. Okay, warp is essentially a SIMD operation formed by hardware. So depending on the hardware, it will be decided how many processing elements can be grouped together, how many threads can be grouped together. Usually what we will see in the next examples, it will be 32. Okay, nowadays we have such GPUs with capability of 64 threads in a warp, but let us assume it is 32 threads in one warp. Okay, so for 32 threads you will have one program counter, and it will fetch one instruction, and this instruction will be executed on all the threads. Such kind of things will be there. Okay, so for this example, what will happen? You have different iterations. So keeping in our mind the size of warp, this PC is program counter. In PC we have X is the address of instruction. Okay, so we fetched one instruction, and for this warp 0 we may have several warps, warp 0, warp 1, warp 2 and warp 3, several warps depending on the number of threads we have launched. So depending on the number of threads. So warp 0 is executing several threads, 1, 2, 3, maybe if I am saying 32, then 32 threads are being executed. So we have program counter is having X, which means we will fetch one instruction, and this instruction may be load operation. So the instruction is same for all the processing elements. If at all we have 32 processing elements in one warp, so for all the threads we have the same instruction, just the data is changing. In the next clock cycle, what we are doing, we are changing the PC, addition of 1, and then what we are doing, we are performing the fetching operation. We fetch the instruction, and this instruction is kept in executed on all the threads. And then what will happen? In the next clock cycle, we will again increment the program counter, next instruction will be fetched, and it will be executed on all the threads in the next clock cycle. Next instruction will be fetched, this is a store operation which will be performed on all the threads. So warp is a set of threads that execute the same instruction. Okay, you will have they all will share the same PC. Okay, so now this particular model will be considered as SPMD, single program multiple data. Okay, single program multiple data. Just the data is changing and same program is being executed on different threads. Okay, so GPU executes it using the SIMT model. What is the SIMT model? Single instruction, multiple thread. Okay. So this is what you were supposed to learn in this video. We have seen what is GPU. We have seen that in a GPU you will have option for multiple warps, and in each warp you have multiple threads. Okay, these threads may be executing on different data. Okay, so this is something that we have learned today. We will see some more in the next video. For now, thank you.